Coming up on Sbu TV, we take a look at how much money St. Bonaventure is shelling out for its sports compared to other A10 schools, and a special device may just cure those sleepless nights. Hello and welcome to Sbu TV. I'm Mike Vitron.
And I'm Megan Sudore.
Ever wonder what's the cost of success in the Atlantic 10? Is the amount of money spent even relevant? Conor Mooney did some math homework.
St. Bonaventure University, 14th out of 14 on multiple recently published lists. But they're not lists of athletic team standings, rather lists of individual school spendings in the Atlantic 10. On lists including recruiting expenses and financial aid, SBU spends the least amount of any Atlantic 10 school. Members of the men's and women's basketball team receive full scholarships to attend SBU, which is not exactly the case for the rest of the student athletes.
The rest of our sports, we have a financial aid budget that then we as administrators divvy that money up.
And students of some sports receive more scholarship money than others.
So your team sports being baseball, softball, the two soccers, lacrosse, tend to have maybe more in scholarship dollars than, say, your individual sports. Your swimming, your tennis, your golf, your cross country.
In grand total expenses, SBU spent about $7 million last year, nearly $4 million less than 13th listed LaSalle, and $22 million less than top spender Temple. Given the amount spent on athletics, I asked, is the Atlantic 10 the right place for St. Bonaventure?
Yes, absolutely. And I think we've proven that. And you're always going to have your ups and downs. And that's college athletics too. I mean, rarely does a school stay continuously in the top 10, top 20, top 10, say maybe every year.
Despite not having full scholarships, many Bonaventure sports remain competitive in the conference.
We have great athletes and we have great coaches. They kind of have a blue-collar mentality. I think a lot of our coaching staff has that. We're going to get it done. Okay, if I've got to do my own laundry and I'm washing my baseball uniforms and I'm washing my soccer uniforms, I'm doing that.
Questa explains that the department is currently drawing out a 5-year plan with specific goals in mind for athletics.
Certainly one of the things we're looking at and we'll be looking at very deeply is scholarship and athletic aid, and how can we enhance that and make it easier for coaches to go out and get more student athletes.
For Sbu TV, I'm Conor Mooney.
In addition to scholarship money, Questa hopes funds will go towards charter flights for athletes, giving them more time in the classroom.
Is tossing and turning all night causing you to wake up exhausted? You're not alone. I took a look. According to the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention, more than 1/3 of Americans aren't getting enough sleep. 2 roommates since freshman year can relate.
We were the only girls on our floor who weren't athletes. So everyone had practice early in the morning, so they'd be screaming to each other in the hallways, oh, come on, we gotta go, hustle, hustle. And so it would wake us up.
Could never get any sleep, so I went to Walmart and bought a sound machine.
Do sound machines really make a difference, though?
And then when I'm ready to go to bed, I just, turn all the lights off and then turn the sound machine on, and I go to sleep right away. And it helps me sleep really soundly, too.
I'll take a nap for an hour, forget to put my sound machine on, get up, and, put it on, fall asleep for a half hour, and get, the best sleep ever.
Both have grown attached to their sleeping buddy.
I need it. I can't sleep without it. I really can't.
She loved it, and then I got so obsessed with it, then I don't even know why. It's just addicting.
Sound machines aren't the only products becoming increasingly popular. Marketers are taking note of other sleeping aids that will help you get some shut-eye.
Sheets are bed sheets that are made out of the same performance fabric used in athletic clothing. They are intended to keep you cooler at night. Another option is bedphones. They are headphones that lie flat on your ears. Finally, the Zio Personal Sleep Coach is a wireless headband that monitors and records your sleep patterns to a personalized website, including how much deep, light, and REM sleep you get per night, how many times you wake up during the night, and how long it takes you to fall asleep. Some people will recommend to start off with a sound machine, though.
Especially if it's because of other noise in your house, or even it kind of just puts, when I have my sound machine on, it puts my mind at rest. I can focus on that noise instead of focusing on everything else that I'm thinking about.
For Sbu TV, I'm Megan Sudore. Sleep well.
The best way to combat an uneasy rest is to pinpoint bad behaviors such as eating too late, having too much light in your bedroom, and not having a consistent bedtime. Cold weather can lead to car troubles. Kate Glennon took this story for a spin.
As the winter weather rolls in, some vehicles may stop rolling altogether if they're not properly prepared. Timothy Washington, owner of Allegheny Automotive, said not having your car serviced is one of the most common mistakes made by winter drivers.
You need to get the fluids checked, the battery checked, your belts, hoses, tires, brakes, all that stuff so you can avoid a failure.
A list of items that every winter driver should keep in their car: a set of jumper cables, blankets, water, food, scrapers, a flashlight, and flares. Drivers should keep their gas tank at least a quarter of the way full to prevent freezing and a car that potentially won't start. What does Washington think is most handy when stranded?
Cell phone charger.
For Sbu TV, I'm Kate Glennon.
Drivers should proceed with caution during winter road conditions, paying special attention to the possibility of black ice.
Thinking of skipping your morning meal? You may think twice after this next story. Felisha Woolley took a look at how you can have the breakfast of champions.
I don't eat breakfast. I don't have time. I used to eat breakfast in high school because my parents would make it for me.
Breakfast. It's known as the most important meal of the day, and many times people don't realize the benefits of having it. Mary Kohl, a registered nurse at St. Bonaventure University's Health Services, emphasizes just how important this first meal is.
The benefits of eating a good breakfast every morning are the fact that you can concentrate better, you are more focused, and you are more productive with your morning's work.
Looking for both a tasty and nutritious meal? There are many options.
Carbohydrates, whole grain cereals, nuts, yogurt, oatmeal, fruit smoothies, fruit juices, things like that.
Some foods to avoid are donuts, pre-sweetened cereals, and some meats such as bacon and sausage. For those looking for something a little lighter in the morning,
citrus fruits are always good. They have the vitamin C. Bananas have potassium, which also help prevent muscle cramps. But most all fruits are always recommended.
For Sbu TV, I'm Felisha Woolley.
Studies have shown that a nutritious breakfast can also help with weight control. St. Bonaventure has a new Mr. SBU. You may even recognize him. Dan Mitchell took a look.
Students, faculty, and parents filled the Quick Arts Center last night to see who would be crowned Mr. SBU. The event, which was hosted by students in a sponsorship and marketing class, raised money for Make-A-Wish Foundation. 9 St. Bonaventure University males competed in a talent show and were each asked a series of questions by a panel of judges.
Each contestant was given an award, from Best Dress to Biggest Stud to Ladies Man, but there could only be one Mr. SBU.
The audience text messaged their votes, and after judges deliberated, found this year's Mr. SBU. Conor Mooney, senior journalism and mass communications major, is this year's Mr. SBU. He had this to say regarding his preparation.
Don't get any sleep. You know, you want your bones. You want your cheekbones popping, jawbones popping. You know, and as much body hair as you possibly can get on, I think, is the real key to success here.
For Sbu TV, I'm Dan Mitchell.
Mooney continues to wear his crown around the newsroom.
A group of students is putting up a fight over a tuition hike, police in hot pursuit of a dog, and a lesson in finding true love at any age. The video that will have you talking is next, and take a look at this.
Take a look at this. News of a tuition hike at California State Universities is not going over well. Angry protesters showed up at a Board of Trustees meeting, and the scene escalated quickly. Police took at least 3 people into custody. Pepper spray was needed to subdue some of the protesters. The 9% tuition hike will raise student costs by nearly $500 a year. This was anything but your typical police chase. Officers in Arizona were in hot pursuit of a dog. The animal was in the back seat of a car that was involved in a rollover accident. The pooch got loose and took off. Officers were eventually able to corner the dog and return it to its owner. And take it from this lady, you're never too old to find love. 96-year-old Fern Schurr married her 83-year-old love, Paul Trito. The couple met a year ago and knew they had found true love.
Love is absolutely everywhere. It cannot hide from you.
Or take a look at this. I'm Andy Rose.
Coming up next on Sbu TV, we take a look at the women's rugby team's road to success and some Bonnie's basketball highlights.
Read me this one, Daddy.
Okay, honey. The less art kids get, the more it shows. Are yours getting enough? Art. Ask for more. AmericansForTheArts.org.
The St. Bonaventure women's basketball team is in the midst of its longest road trip of the season. Last Saturday, the Bonnies knocked off 25th-ranked St. John's, and on Monday played the Canisius Golden Griffs. Play started off sloppy for both teams, with a total of 5 traveling violations called in the first half. The Bonnies collected themselves and came out of their locker room hot in the second half, shooting an impressive 56%. They finished the game going 11 of 12 from the free throw line and defeated the Griffs 74-58. Chelsea Bowker was the leading scorer for the Bonnies with 15 points, while sophomore CeCe Dixon added a career-high 12. The all-time series between two schools is now tied at 22. The Bonnies, now 2-0, travel to West Virginia to take on the Mountaineers. They return home and play Morgan State Sunday in the Riley Center.
The St. Bonaventure women's rugby team that went winless just 2 years ago is now just 2 wins from being crowned national champions. The Legends advanced to the Final Four of the National Small College Organization Division III tournament by defeating Holy Cross 28-26 thanks to a late try from junior Catherine Arignosi and a successful 2-point conversion by senior captain Jess Miziak. The Legends, who squandered a 21-7 halftime lead, were paced by sophomore Kayla Cronin, who scored 2 tries. Miziak connected on all 4 of her 2-point conversion attempts. The women traveled to Cherry Hill, New Jersey to take on Lock Haven Saturday. The winner earns a spot in the National Small College Division III championship game. Carleton College takes on Wentworth Institute of Technology in the other semifinal game.
The St. Bonaventure men's basketball team opened its season with a win against Cornell last week. Tyler Diedrich has the highlights.
Andrew Nicholson wasted no time, opening the scoring just 20 seconds in. But Cornell started hot, hitting 8 of its 11 three-pointers in the first half. Big Red led by as many as 4 before the Bonnies battled back. Michael Davenport with a steal and a slam here. He helped the Bonnies take a 40-38 lead at the break. Second half was a different story for Cornell, however. It missed all 6 of its three-pointers, while the Bonnies pulled away. How about the starting point guard battle? Eric Mosley hits a 3 here, then Charlon Kloof answers with one of his own a minute and a half later. Nicholson led the Bonnies with 24 points. It was a big night for Matthew Wright, though. He had 13 points and 7 boards, shooting 5 for 9 from the field, as the Bonnies rolled to a 79-58 season-opening victory.
With a price, however. Redshirt junior forward Marquise Simmons landed awkwardly on his right leg early in the first half. He was diagnosed with a torn Achilles. He'll miss the rest of the season. Senior guard Michael Davenport gave the Wolfpack a scare in the second half. He had to be carted off the court in pain, though it turned out to be cramps and dehydration. Davenport is expected to be back in the lineup tonight as the Bonnies are at Cleveland State for a 7 o'clock tip-off. The men go to Albany to face Siena Monday.
That's all for us this week on Sbu TV. I'm Mike Vitron.
And I'm Megan Sudore. From the rest of us here in the Coop Lab, thanks for watching.